Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Beth Strathman from Firebrand Consulting. If your team is busy but progress feels uneven, today's video is for you. Now, most performance problems are not talent problems. They are process problems. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about 6 things you can do to lead your team to strengthen its own internal systems and processes that determine how the work actually happens. First thing, clarify purpose before improving process. Every system exists to produce a result. Meetings exist to make decisions, reports exist to guide action, and planning exists to align effort. When your team loses sight of why they are performing work in a certain way, that is the purpose for the process, that process becomes a ritual without meaning. To connect your processes and systems back to their intended purposes, team coaching research from Peter Hawkins shows that high-performing teams design their processes around what stakeholders value and expect, not around the team's preferences. So here's a simple leadership move you can use immediately to reconnect a process to its intended purpose. Ask your team, what result should this process produce? A second thing you can do to improve team processes is to separate efficiency from effectiveness. Now, you need both, but your team can become very efficient at low-value work. That is, work that might be easy, but it doesn't add much value for stakeholders. Research on decision-making from Daniel Kahneman suggests that people default to familiar routines even when those routines no longer provide what you need. In other words, we tend to do what's automatic and easy. This means your team probably chooses efficiency over effectiveness to get the work done. As a leader, your role is to interrupt your team's autopilot thinking and ask maybe 2 questions. What outcome did we achieve? And did that outcome matter? A third thing you can do is to build feedback into how your team works. David Clutterbuck's work in team coaching shows that structured reflection is one of the strongest predictors of team improvement. Not annual reflection, not occasional reflection, structured reflection that is built regularly into how your team works together. To make feedback a routine part of your team's systems and processes, you can create a simple monthly review, maybe asking 3 questions. Number 1, what helped our work? 2, what slowed us down? And 3, what should we change for next month? The fourth thing you can do to improve your team's processes and systems is to manage your team's energy, not just their time. Many teams are overloaded, not because of the volume of work, although that can be true, but mostly because of fragmented attention and unclear roles. These can sap your team's energy unnecessarily. Research from Rudolph Laban and Warren Lamb on movement and action patterns tells us that how people coordinate their effort determines their effectiveness. You as leader can improve processes by managing your team's energy and time. And you do this by ensuring that you manage meetings better, by making sure those meetings lead to decisions, not just updates. You can clarify team roles before starting to work towards those objectives and goals you have. And you can keep in mind your team members' energy levels during work cycles to match the cognitive demand of the work on your team. Things like keeping in mind when people do their best work. Some people are morning people, some people are afternoon people. As much as you can, match their own individual cycles to the work. You could also limit cognitive focus to about 60 to 80% of a team member's total hours to prevent burnout. So you're not expecting people to be on 100% of the time. A fifth thing you can do is to simplify continuously. Complexity creates confusion. Confusion creates delay. Delay creates frustration. So an expert on strategic storytelling, Jonas Sachs, emphasizes that clarity drives engagement, and clarity also drives your team's systems. So simplify those systems and processes as much as possible to create that clarity. Frequently ask your team, what can we stop doing? And what can we combine? And what can we automate? And finally, the sixth thing you can do to help your team to improve its systems and processes is to benchmark and modernize. High-performing teams compare their systems and processes to best practices, and they stay open to new tools they can use. So look around and lead your team to look at best practices for your industry, your profession, project type, and also look at available technology. To conclude, here's your leadership takeaway. You don't fix your team's performance by pushing them harder. Start by fixing performance by improving how the work happens. If this video resonated with you, I invite you to explore more leadership insights at my website. The link is in the description below. If this video helped you think differently, like, subscribe, and share it with another leader who wants their team working smarter, not just harder. I'm Beth Strathman. Keep leading with clarity, courage, and curiosity, and thanks for watching.